Stephanie's back at it again because she's been dropping some hot knowledge on TikTok about a senator that she may have been having a virtual relationship with. And apparently her and this senator don't see eye to eye on his politics. And Stephanie is currently on her 4th video on her TikTok threatening to reveal who this senator is. So let's get
married?
Is
he married? Is that the...
He's 100% married and he's a Republican.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah!
Good morning and welcome to episode 1505 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, July 18th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor, up to 3 weekly bonus podcasts. Today, we've got alcoholic mascots, international spies, political bloopers from the RNC, and a dirty dog senator on the verge of being exposed.
Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah. Heavy lineup.
Dirty dog.
Is it a dirty dog we know about, or is it like a?
We know who the dirty dog was getting after, because the dirty dog was getting after a friend of the show, former guest,
sniffing around, huh?
Yeah, he was sniffing around big time.
Ollie London.
No. This one's a lady, a well-endowed one.
Would have been much better if it was Ollie London.
Well-endowed lady. I've had a few of those. Yeah. Ollie London, the guy who transitioned from a white Londoner to an Asian man.
Korean,
he got Botox, and then we had him on the show to talk about how that's totally fine. And then he transitioned back and became a right-wing spokesperson saying,
yeah, it's kind of weird,
that
right?
kind of thing's retarded, he says.
You go back and watch our interview with
what a transition.
180. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's totally opposite now.
Did he want us to make fun of him when we came on the show? I don't.
I mean, I guess in hindsight, he thinks we're pussies because we didn't.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Because we were sensitive to his Korean man syndrome.
Yeah.
And I guess he wishes we would have been hard on him because like that would have been the right thing to do.
You think he tears up old pictures of himself?
According to him now.
Yeah. I take that guy seriously.
Do you remember when we had that weirdo Scott Pressler on the show? He was like,
he did.
He's like a Republican activist.
He's super famous now too. He does the cleanup efforts, right? He does.
Do you remember when he was like, "What are you doing to help Baltimore?" Here? He's like, "Oh, we're picking up trash."
Yeah, trash.
Cool, man.
Hey, they got a lot of trash in Baltimore. Yeah,
could be cleaner. Maybe the hookers will stop hooking, and the people will stop doing heroin if the trash is gone. That's what
I think. Nice work, Pressler.
We've had most of the gay Republicans on the show.
Yeah, Pressler, if you're gay and a Republican.
Ollie London, former secretary of, who's the high-ranking guy? Who's the
Rick
PA?
Who's the Trump cabinet?
Grinnell. Yeah, Rick Grinnell.
Yeah, we haven't had Lindsey Graham on, but there's still time.
We'll get him.
John McAfee, probably the biggest pull. Got him before he was everything was totally normal in the Spanish jail.
That was a fun interview.
Right.
We smoked weed with him remotely.
Yeah, it was a fun interview. Mr. McAfee would cut a hole in the hammock and make me go number 2 into my mouth.
Pat asked him what's his deal with liking shit and sex, and him and his wife almost cut the interview off.
Yeah. Well, Pat pressed the issue. Pat pressed the issue while you still could, and that's it. So go back and check out some of those old interviews. That's some.
I was wrong. That was wrong of me.
But we all wanted you to do it.
But it was your journalistic.
Better you than us, but it was. We all wanted it to happen.
Yeah. All right. You guys just want to jump right in?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So
cut the hole in the hammock, Pat.
I'm gonna cut the hole right in the fucking hammock. All right. So before we do this story, I want to point something out. Stephanie Matto, who was on this show to talk about her business selling her flatulence in glass jars, okay, is an internet fucking genius. Big ups to this girl. If you want a master class on how to make waves and make celebrity out of nothing, Stephanie should be fucking teaching it, because she did 90 Day Fiancé, where she was kind of a dud cast member, although she is very hot. And since then, it's been 2 or 3 things. Farts in Jars is the first one I remember. There was one before that, right, where she makes national news because she does just an insane thing, like selling her farts in jars.
Right.
So insane that we had her.
Doesn't
and she's
hurt.
hot.
Yeah.
But I want to point that out, that she is a mastermind at this, okay? So she does do stunts to get the people going. So take that for what it's worth before we get into what's about to be said here.
Some people listen to your fart in a jar and you're like, ew, no way. Stephanie Matto, you're like, maybe.
Maybe I would like that. I haven't tried it yet.
I mean, she puts it in a nice jar. It's got like a flower petal in there. I think, you know, it's a classy as classy as an operation can get for a fart and jar operation. That's what I'd say about Stephanie's operation. Yeah.
That's right. She made a lot of money doing that. And she's made millions. I mean, at this point, she also launched a platform that was like an alternative to OnlyFans for creators and whatever.
Yeah, it didn't seem like that one went so hot, but I mean, she's a nonstop self-promoter and will promote any business, as Pat said. She's amazing. Company
did okay, actually, and she got invited to major events. She was like the head speaker at like AVNs and things like that through that company, and she was doing club appearances. So she made some money off. She made some money off that.
But yeah, she's a hustler, but also she's just really smart at like figuring out what can I do that's going to be fucking nuts to get me so like $1 million worth of what's called earned media, right? Press you don't have to pay for. And Stephanie's back at it again, perhaps, because she's been dropping some hot knowledge on TikTok about a senator that she may have been having a virtual relationship with for the better part of the last year, okay? And apparently her and this senator don't see eye to eye on his politics. I think it's probably something Roe v. Wade related. And Stephanie is currently on her 4th video on her TikTok threatening to reveal who this senator is. So let's
is he
get
married? Is he married? He's
100% married and he's a Republican.
Yeah. Okay. That would make sense. So if anybody who's married, it's going to be.
I think there's only 8 unmarried members of the U.S. Senate. Okay. Like most of them are women. And let's talk about the field that we're working with, guys. So there are currently 39 possible U.S. senators. Okay. Now, there's way more U.S. senators than 39 that are Republican, but I removed the women and Lindsey Graham.
Well, I don't know if you can remove the women. Did she say it's man? Because in 90 Day Fiancé, she was a lesbian.
It's a man. 100%. It's a man. Okay. Let's get into the other facts.
Republican man. She says that.
Okay.
A Republican man. So the relationship started off with the Republican man following her on Instagram with a burner account. No posts, just followed her. So this guy probably saw her on 90 Day Fiancé. Well, that's a really important thing, right? So about a year ago is when Stephanie was farting in jars, and that's about also when she started opening up her one-on-one communications where you could pay to have a phone call with her, right?
He liked what he smelled.
He liked what he smelled, and I think maybe he liked what he saw in 90 Day Fiancé, but then once the farts in jars thing, it connected with one of his fetishes.
It drove him over the top,
because this guy paid her on their first date. It was a virtual video date where he kept his video off, $10,000. And what did he ever do, guys? What did he ever do?
Shit in a jar?
Fart.
Just eat. No, he wanted to see the beginning of the factory process.
He's an SDLC guy. He likes a pre-prod.
10,000 just to jack off watching somebody eat.
Right. Well, you got to pay $10K up front to hook her because he's different, right? You're a U.S. senator. You're powerful, okay? You don't mess around with the other bullshit. You want to make sure you're a #1 client right up front. You also want to pay enough money, okay, to where she's going to respond to you and maybe keep your secret. Now, Stephanie,
what you don't see off camera, you said he was off camera, is he's got that fart jar. And every time she's eating food, he's smelling it like wine to taste to see if he can get the sense that he's watching her eat. Like,
well, let me check.
That's if he's got enough hands left because he's working. He's working everything else.
Back in the DMs, I did DM Stephanie before the show. Hey, Stephanie, loving the U.S. Senator. Can you confirm if you purchased a fart jar? Would like an exclusive for tonight. She's not yet responded, so we don't have comment on that yet.
Good work though. Good.
But here's what else we know, guys. He's not a bad-looking guy, she says, and she was confused at first as to why he had his video off because the site he was from, according to Stephanie, that they were communicating on was glitchy one day. His video was on or came on. She's like, oh, he's not a bad looking guy. And then from that point on, he was like, okay, you've seen me. He made her sign an NDA. Okay. This is after she saw this man on television at her parents' house, again, according to Stephanie, and then confronted him and said, are you famous or something? Because I saw you on TV. And that's when he's like, look, I'm a U.S. senator who likes to watch you eat. And he
I'm sure it progressed past eating, right? I mean, that's.
Oh, I mean, from what I know, okay, so what did she eat, right? Well,
yeah.
Taco Bell was his favorite food for her to eat. He really liked it when she would eat Taco Bell. They would have a Taco Bell dinner date regularly. And look, she says date. Essentially, this is like, a number one stan, one-on-one relationship, virtually, 100% virtual. Okay, she says it.
So he's just going on Zoom dates with her,
right, and paying her insane amounts of money to watch her eat.
And then he's like, but then does he like at the end of dinner like, all right, now fart into the camera for me?
Was he using the True Lies voice, like eat the taco nice and slow, eat the taco?
He's got the recorder.
Yeah, he keeps it in play. Not eat
Sexy.
Not eat the taco.
Okay. They got into a fight apparently and kind of went back and forth probably when Roe v. Wade got overturned and they started disagreeing on politics. Now, according to Stephanie, this guy said that he doesn't even believe what his political party says. He's just addicted to the money and the power that it brings, but also doesn't believe that women should have all the rights that Stephanie believes women should have. Here's the other things we know. During their fight, he at one time threatened to deport one of her immigrant family members. Stephanie was born in Russia. I think her mother's Russian as well, or at least from the Soviet bloc.
Threat.
Yeah. If she were to reveal who he is, he Venmoed her $2,000 so she would eat a cookie and talk about him on TikTok without revealing his name. He's an avid bass fisherman, okay? And his burner account has the number 24 in it. Now, let's get to
district?
what Jeff Gordon fan.
Jeff Gordon fan. So she also said in one of her videos, she said, in my previous video, a bunch of y'all mentioned it in the comments, like 3, you got it. Now, I came to that video too late to where at that point there was like 5,000 comments, right? But the more popular names on the list, guys, were...
Could be a Kobe Bryant fan.
I'm going to run them. There's 3 suspects.
The Mamba.
That are... And look, it could be one of any of 39 people. And if I went through and limited by age, maybe it's...
Well, it's probably not Matt
20
Gaetz
people. Who knows?
Because she probably knows who
Not
he
a
is,
senator.
And he's also too
think I know
handsome.
who
She
it
said
is.
he's kind of handsome.
All right, so one person on the list as a potential, often commented, is Missouri Senator Josh Hawley. Okay,
that'd be a bombshell if it was Holly. That guy's like, he's one of their featured dudes, like, right?
He's not bad looking. Okay, he's not bad looking. Another name on the list, which is very commonplace, is avid bass fisherman Ted Cruz. There's a photograph of Ted.
Oh, dude, I hope it's Ted Cruz so bad.
Not good.
I hope it's Ted Cruz so badly.
Not good. She also would know who he is.
Oh, yeah,
right,
true.
exactly. That was my thinking.
Had to ask. Yeah,
you know who Ted Cruz is.
Probably,
Megan
probably would have recognized Holly too. Honestly,
I doubt it.
I have
relatively famous.
I doubt it. And then
is.
the other option, guys, was most commented is the other Missouri senator, Eric Schmidt. Okay, now Eric Schmidt was the numero uno suspect. I haven't been able to find a photo of him bass fishing.
Why is that? Is that
well? Okay, so 24, right, has a special relationship to Missouri, and 24 is the number on this person's burner account who has a bass fish as their profile picture. Because Missouri, guys, on August 10th, 1821,
state
was signed. Into federal legislation as the 24th state of the union, guys, by James Monroe.
So they're big on number 24. Interesting.
Those are the 3 big ones.
Lindsey Graham looks like he's transitioning. This is his official picture on the Republican page.
Horrible.
Right. He looks
How
like
old
a
is that too?
12-year-old
It's
boy.
from the 90s. Yeah.
He looks like a little less.
Did they Photoshop his eyes?
Yeah. Seeing Lindsey Graham's photograph makes me embarrassed to own a Subaru. I don't even know how to explain that, but that's just how it works.
I got a couple ideas. Wes
Okay, what are your other ideas?
Well,
I like Bill Haggerty from Tennessee.
Okay, Bill Haggerty. Let's take a look at him. And,
Let me get a picture of him up. And then
Bill Haggerty, because the guy's got to be. So Bill's 64 years old. So do you think that someone who's 64 is going to be able to like communicate on a tech platform?
I think sure. Yeah, under 70 is the line, right? I think you're talking Probably like anywhere, any of the young ones, obviously, all the way up to like the 60s. Yeah.
Let me get a picture.
Well, I think we could take Vance out of the running.
Here's
right?
Bill Haggerty.
Vance, JD Vance. I don't know. JD Vance. I mean,
well, so there's one other.
His hatred of porn could really just be because he loves it so much.
That's
he
what I'm
pays
saying.
$10,000 for somebody to eat.
There's
Taco Bell.
one
But
other
you
thing.
would know who he
guys.
is now, though.
There's one other thing. Okay.
Wes, who are you going to say though?
I was going to say Senator from Wyoming, John Barrasso, because look at that picture on his webpage.
Fly fishing. Nothing but fly fishing. For
He's not bad looking. Not at all.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's kind of the worst looking, and he's 71 years old.
No, he's svelte though. I mean, that's a svelte 70.
I mean, not bad looking.
He works out.
He looks like one of the characters from They Live Unmasked.
I was gonna to troll Pat. I was gonna go with Bill Cassidy because the last name.
Bill Cassidy.
A lot of people saying or the Kennedy down in
Louisiana likes their fishing.
That's Barrasso.
No, he's too old.
Yeah,
Barrasso's probably over.
So there's one other thing, guys, and this is where I got a little bit
crapo.
this is Mike Crapo. This is where I got a little bit off on whether this is true or not. Again, I said at the top, disclaimer, this is all rumored. Stephanie said, she posted a video where she said about a month ago, she brought up to this person who she's still virtually, seeing at the time and said, the division in our country, I think, is killing me. It's crazy. And he goes, just wait. It's about to get a lot worse. One of the sides is going to put a plan in action that's going to make things a lot worse. And she alluded in that video that were they referring to the attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump? That's a bit of a stretch for me. And I don't want to give any juice to that.
No.
But it also made me think like, man, is she fucking around?
Dude, that guy that would have been the craziest.
But, I mean,
that guy would have had to been, instead of the worst shot, the best shot, to just clip his ear. That's way too risky.
No, it couldn't be
chance.
planned that way.
There's no chance.
Right.
That's
a couple
staged.
other young senators. We have Tom Cotton of Arkansas. He's 37. Mike Lee of Utah is 39. George
Cotton would be great. He's so lanky.
Florida.
Yeah. Cotton, like, he's so lanky. I just like to imagine him getting sexually excited.
Are we not going to talk about Mark Wayne Mullen? From Oklahoma?
He's just a ball of limbs and nerves.
How old is Mark Wayne?
Oh, he's young. I'm about to bring up decent looking young Mark Wayne, and I'm pretty sure he's got to be. He's from Oklahoma. They fish there. Here, this guy's pretty young.
Mark Wayne first name or Mark Wayne full name?
No,
that's his first name.
Mark Wayne.
Mark Wayne. I thought it was a typo too.
Mark Wayne Applebaum. What are we talking here?
Mark Wayne Applebaum. Mark Wayne Mullen.
Oh shit! Fishing with Congressman Mark Wayne Mullen is the first thing that comes up. They all fucking bass fish though, but I don't know. Look, who knows?
Yeah, I like Mullen. That's a great selection.
Right? Who knows?
Do we look at this guy?
Fun game.
I don't know who he is. Apparently,
look at his crotch protruding out there.
Oh man, yeah, showing it off.
It says fishing with our senator.
It's a Maine senator.
Just pushing that chode right.
The way he's showing off his crotch, he wouldn't be off camera.
I think he's an independent.
He would have been front and center.
I think he's an independent.
He's not shy.
But yeah, let us know who you think it is in the comments.
Sorry to that guy.
She could be totally trolling. She could be trolling.
She could be trolling.
Unless she reveals him, she's trolling.
Yeah.
Well, she said she signed an NDA. She's going to talk to a lawyer. I don't know. Anyway, look, if it's stressing you out, not knowing, I recommend maybe
I hope she's trolling Pat. And there's a senator out there who really does buy farts in jars, and he's just sweating his ass off right now because he thinks it's him, but he's actually remained anonymous on her roster, so she doesn't know she has him. Yeah.
There's 10 senators being like, you need to deal with all my whores. They're getting out of control.
So he's got $10K to watch her eat.
Well, so he didn't pay her $10K each time, but he probably, my guess is probably tossed 100 at her, maybe 120 over the year. That's just, who knows?
Pat, do that smooth Lucy transition again. That was smooth.
Exactly. Yeah, if it's stressing you out, not knowing like it is me, why don't you pop in a Lucy? Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Lucy's 100% pure nicotine, but always tobacco free. They got pouches, gum, and you know what else? Breakers. Mark, can you tell the people about the Breakers?
Well, I mean, they start off like a normal pouch, but they got a little bit of a juicy surprise in the middle. And
That's right. Liquid flavor inside saturates the pouch. They come in 4 milligram or 8 milligram breakers, baby. Mint, berry, citrus, espresso. I'm berry citrus, personally. But Mark likes him strong, and I like him about 4, which is because I'm a normal person. I mean,
you have all the range of options on Lucy.
It's insane how hard Mark goes, but a normal person like me likes him at 4, guys.
Yeah.
So
12 is the equivalent of a regular, what you're used to in your fingers sometimes if you used to do that.
Yeah, but these things are next level. If you haven't done a pouch, give it a try. There's no mess. It's fantastic. You can pop it in when you're stressed or if you need a little boost midway through the day. And if you want to, level up your nicotine routine with Lucy, you can go to lucy.co. It's lucy.co/hardfactor. Use promo code hardfactor to get 20% off your first order. There's free shipping and there's a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. It says lucy.co and use promo code hardfactor, one word, to get 20% off. Always free shipping. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are for adults only of legal age, and every order is age verified. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hell yeah. Ex-CIA analyst Sue Me Terry has been charged with spying and not for us.
Sue Me Terry.
And that's what's happening. They're suing her. Now for a New York grand jury has indicted former U.S. CIA analyst Sue Me Terry on charges of acting as a spy for the South Korean government.
Interesting. So she was a CIA employee while being a South Korean spy.
That's what they're alleging. She's saying, no.
Terry. Wow.
That's who they'd be targeting. They'd be targeting those CIA employees. Come on over.
Did when they finally caught her, did they put a prosecutor named Terry on the case?
Right. Sue me, Terry.
Yeah. I hope so. I picked this story because I thought at a minimum Wes would get a kick out of it. Look how Asian and woman she is. Allegedly, Sue Me Terry was paid by the South.
She's cute.
Yeah, she was paid. She was allegedly paid by the South Korean government. And listen to her payments. That's why I said Asian and woman. She was paid by the South Korean government in luxury handbags and sushi dinners.
Oh wow,
they love.
This is like an Italian American man spying for Italy and getting paid in cologne and meatballs.
Yeah, all the Parmesan you can have, you can take home, you can carry in the truck.
Are we at odds with South? What's South Korea doing over there?
No, that's why she's not going to be in too much trouble, Pat.
It's our ally. Why are they fucking around like that?
But they're trying to get an inside look, Pat. They need those eyes inside the CIA, and then the CIA, doesn't really vet them obviously that close because they had a South Korean spy working for them.
Speaking of paid in meatballs, why'd you eat them? It's my favorite part. That's a little Robbie Hart there. So what exactly are they charging Sue Me with? 2 counts of failing to register as a foreign agent and conspiracy to violate the Foreign Agents Registration Act. Federal officials says Ms. Terry, a prominent U.S. expert on North Korea, acted as an agent for the South Korean government for over a decade and then failed to register as a foreign agent with American officials at her U.S. government jobs.
Brutal for the CIA, bro. I mean, they had this woman for a decade. They had no fucking idea.
Yeah. She's moved on from the CIA, but she's been placed on unpaid leave from her current job working at a think tank at the council.
Yeah, so she's like all up in all this shit.
She was like a former White House aide, like high-ranking White House official.
Showing up with new bags every day.
Yeah, she gets really good jobs in D.C. She was working at the Council on Foreign Relations, where she worked as a senior fellow on Asia because she Asia's real well.
Oh, yeah.
Fits right in there.
Dude, you know what's fucked up is
I think we should give it to South Korea.
I think this was Robert Hansen, right, who was the FBI spy, right? Hansen, he's the guy who was like the worst spy in the last 20 years. He was a Nova guy, would do the dead drops at the park.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Right. So Hansen, he was either at the CIA or the FBI, but they knew they had a mole either at CIA or FBI. And Hansen let some guy's life just be completely ruined.
Let him take the fall.
They were 100% sure it was that guy.
Hansen led the investigation.
Yeah, I mean, he knew what was going on. He just watched this fucker. The guy like died early because they were just constantly harassing him.
Got divorced.
Like, we know it's you.
Yeah. Kids had to get out of private school.
He's a good spy.
Yeah, it sounds like it's nothing too serious because it is South Korea. I guess it's semi-serious because we are friendly with South Korea. And she just got busted accepting tens of thousands of dollars worth of Louis Vuitton bags, Dolce and Gabbana coats, and got taken out to Michelin star sushi restaurants.
I mean, good for her. She's going to get extradited back to South Korea. She's fine.
Where she's from. She was born in South Korea.
It's just embarrassing for us that this happened.
Hey, yeah, they're still not worried about you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just telling South Korea what we knew about North Korea because we have better intelligence. Yeah, exactly. There was also rumors to be a $37,000 cash payment that was hidden in a gift fund in her current think tank job. So that's probably the biggest thing. Sumi Terry was born in South Korea and moved to the U.S. when she was 12. Got a ton of cool government jobs with secret info in North Korea and stuff like that, and sent that info back to South Korea. Shit happens. She gold barred it, Menendez style.
Damn.
I mean,
yeah,
shouldn't we be sharing our information about North Korea with South Korea anyway?
No, we're not going to share.
Stuff that we don't want to share that she was sharing.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a pretty fucking effective spy. And like I said, unlike Menendez, who probably will get off pretty light himself because he's a senator. I mean, she's going to get extradited and she's going to be a hero when she goes home.
Yeah, she's not going to go to like jail. She's just probably going to get extradited or not allowed to work at DC jobs anymore. And
she can't work in DC again. Boo fucking who? She's going to go
the national security threat.
So many bags. Every fucking
she's
Louis Vuitton bag.
Best dressed spy in South Korea. She to the point, Wes, I think about us giving information. We probably like don't give them everything, and also she wasn't in the position to be the person giving information. So who more to trust than an actual South Korean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, we need them.
I get it.
Yeah, she fits a box.
She was just verifying the information.
Yeah.
So.
Great.
Good. The headlines are too good to resist. Asian spy paid in Louis Vuitton bags and sushi dinners.
Sumi Terry had a legendary life. She has an incredible name. It's rare that like a foreign name becomes an English phrase,
I don't even think all the restaurants were Asian restaurants. The headlines were just very racist, and I couldn't resist.
Over a decade of spying. It's
one of the items was sushi. Yeah.
I think she resigned way back in the day, 2008, seen from the CIA, but she then kept hanging out.
Stayed in DC.
Yeah.
Think tanking, probably like had clearance and shit.
Yeah. She did. She did have clearance.
She's a little bit hotter. She would have gotten a lot deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so, Wes? Sumi Terry's looking pretty good. I don't know. But you're the expert.
I mean, if she was hotter, she would have gotten deeper. That's how it works.
I mean, what did that
Wes
Russian
doesn't make
chick
the rules.
The Russian chick who started hanging out at like NRA events to like infiltrate Republican.
Yeah, I think she's hotter than that chick.
They stopped her pretty quick. She wasn't hot. Was she not hot, Maria?
All right,
how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of how it works. That's the world we live in. All right, let's move it right along to another factor of this world: political conventions, national conventions for the parties. It's RNC bloopers that we're talking about in this segment. The RNC and the DNC are basically pep rallies for adult nerds who are like way too into taking one of the two major American political parties as their primary identity traits. And then when you get that many of those people together, all that many nerds in the same room, stroking each other off, getting excited about the election, hilarity often ensues. And so it's one of those situations where if you're part of the group, you think none of this is funny. But then if you're outside looking in, you think it's all pretty fucking hilarious. We've got 3 prime examples from this year's RNC in Milwaukee. First up, let's check in on Rudy Giuliani, who's probably barred from attending most other public events besides the RNC at this point. Here is
and
Rudy.
the New York bar.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's banned from almost everything besides the RNC. So he got in
law,
here.
the RNC, yeah, everything.
Yeah. It's the only place he can go these days. So here's Rudy hitting that convention room floor in Milwaukee. Check him out. He's walking in, strutting his stuff.
This one's sad.
Look at his crew. And then
he just falls.
down goes Rudy.
Wow.
What
was he doing? He was like looking at a chair. He was like,
I got to put your weight on those chairs.
Yeah. He's being old. And then
Is that a mini liquor bottle?
Ooh, just for me. He collapsed. If you can't see the video, he collapsed like a sack of potatoes trying to sit down into a folding chair. Required a lot of assistance.
Just get him to the hospital. Where are they taking him?
Yeah, take him home.
Gotta get in there to get abused by Trump.
One silver lining to all the geriatric politicians these days is
they need their punching bag.
Yeah. They're a comedic bunch. Yeah, slapstick at its finest. Next up, let's see what everybody's favorite Florida man politician, happy almost Florida Man Friday, patreon.com/HARDFACTOR for the full episode. Everybody's favorite Florida man politician, Matt Gaetz, is up to. And you guys want to guess what he's up to?
Being a dirty dog.
I thought he was paying Stephanie Matto to eat, but I don't know what.
Yeah, no, Congressman, you guessed it though, Pat. Being an asshole, as always. Once again, here, check him out as he shit talks Kevin McCarthy after forcing Kevin to lose his speaker job earlier this year.
You would get booed off the stage.
Shut up,
Yeah, Kevin.
Hey, shut up. Don't be an asshole.
Dude, I don't even know who you are.
It doesn't fucking matter. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, I'm just standing here.
I'm just standing here. He runs away.
What a pussy.
He got intimidated by that guy.
Oh, he was scared shitless.
Has there ever been a man, a grown-ass man, more scared than Matt Gaetz of that fucking dude who told him to shut the fuck up?
I mean, that's what you got to do to a bully. Good.
Can you
good
play that
on
again?
Damn.
God, dude.
Shut up, Gaetz.
Can you play that again, please?
He couldn't get out of there fast enough.
He sprints out of the fucking room. Check this out. He goes, I'm just standing here.
You would get booed off the stage.
Shut up, Gaetz.
Shut up, Gaetz.
Don't be an asshole.
Dude, I don't even know who you are.
It doesn't fucking matter. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, I'm just standing here.
Yeah, I'm just standing here.
All right, I'm out of here.
Oh man,
A little
that
weasel.
ruined his day.
I'm surprised he didn't look over his shoulder for him.
Oh my goodness. He's like, I mean, you've never seen a grown man so scared of another grown man. And that dude's like fucking 30 years older than Matt Gaetz. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he has
10 times
dude,
as hard. Will
right. His tone
yeah.
and his old man strength. Like he's got such
Yeah.
such. You know when like a teenager's acting a fool in public and a dad comes in and sets it right. That's what that was.
He shut it down
yeah,
like a
dude.
dad to
He
punk
dad
kids.
moded the fuck out of Matt Gaetz on that one. It also turned out.
Shut up, Gaetz.
Don't be an asshole. Also, it turned out that Kevin McCarthy, the other old man in the situation, was actually getting the last laugh, because here's the other angle of what was happening at that time while Kevin McCarthy was speaking to CNN.
It's not coming back, and then the other part that you have, and the other part you have is one person who raised the issue. He's got an ethics complaint about sleeping with a 17-year-old. So that's the way they would go. So that's the biggest challenge we have.
So McCarthy was putting him on blast for fucking a 17-year-old while he was getting alphaed by that old man right behind it.
I wasn't paying attention to what McCarthy was saying. I heard
He was making
ethics.
fun of Gaetz.
He was
Oh
making fun
no!
of
Yeah,
Gaetz
shout out
on CNN
Roger
while he was getting
Sollenberger.
punked by that old man right there. It's crazy.
Roger found the Venmo receipts between Gaetz and the 17-year-old.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
look at Roger.
Yeah.
go.
Well, I also was going to mention him about Rudy Giuliani, but I didn't want to mention some sensitive information about what Rudy did. Can we talk about that?
I think so, dude.
Rudy was texting with Roger because Roger gets exclusives with these guys, and Rudy sent him his password. He just was texting him, and he just sent him his password to his computer. And Roger's like, "What the hell is this?" He's like, "Oh, ignore that." He was drunk, and he texted him his fucking password.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Roger
Rudy's
is
a liability. Yeah.
journalist. Check him out. Back to some of the senator guesses. Tiller says, I've seen his videos, Senator John Kennedy, Louisiana. And then Dave Hardy says, dude, that guy looks like an older Matt Gaetz. He kind of did. The guy who just punked the
It's
shit out
Matt
of
Gaetz
Matt
in the
Gaetz.
future. He's a better human being now.
A better version of Matt Gaetz from an alternate universe who's wiser and just much more intimidating.
Young
much
Matt,
more manly.
stand down, young Matt. He was just talking shit about Gaetz. He was just saying, they reopened an ethics complaint right into that like him
Right into the underage. Yep. Finally, if you want proof that political conventions are totally fucking boring and probably not worth your time, let's check in on the man of the hour, Donald Trump, the former president. Now, he did walk in with a sweet giant ear patch over that shot. got to put that on mute. That's the raw music that a lot of people put it to on the internet. Him walking in. But then let's see how the man of the hour, how he took in this event, the RNC, how he soaked it all in. How is he enjoying it in the stands? It's boring. Because it's boring. Because the RNC is boring. You can't even keep the guy up who it's designed to support. Okay,
that was literally the sound that was developed by Billy Ray Cyrus's producer in 1992 when Achy Breaky Heart came out. What are they doing? What's that? Who was performing at that?
I have no idea, Pat.
That was a sound over.
Oh, they weren't watching the
sound
show.
Over. That was probably
Greenwood.
fake. That was probably fake. My point with that was just that it's boring. I'm sure Trump fell asleep multiple times.
Well, it also proves that both candidates can't stay awake at an event.
Right.
Yeah.
They're both 80s.
Both old.
Past 9.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that to me, the conventions are only good for the bloopers.
I've been watching the RNC, and it's just creepy and weird. And it basically everyone just goes up there and be like, "Who likes cheese?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, we like cheese." Right. That's basically all it is.
The Teamsters guy being there essentially like spewing the Democratic platform. And then Wes, you said he kept being like, "It's a bad idea for me to be here.
I shouldn't be here." But
isn't it like a lot of the guys that go up there and girls that go up there, they're basically like, kowtowing, and they're almost like auditioning for a job in the cabinet or somewhere. Like they're basically like, "You're the man, and I love you, and you should give me a job."
Dick sucking.
It's the pep rally. It's the pep rally for that side, and so it's always like, it's like the people who are super into it love it, and everybody else is like, "Wow, this is pretty boring."
Yeah.
They last a while too. When's the DN season? A couple weeks or something?
Week. Oh no, in August. Yeah.
Week long of jacking each other off.
Yeah.
It's intense.
I think Trump speaks.
Good point. Tiller wants to know if Amber Heard will be Amber Rose will be the Secretary of the Interior because she gave a hilarious speech.
She did give a speech.
She had the head tattoo, and she's like, "I'm one of you. I found my people," and they're like,
Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're queer.
About that, Amber?
Yeah, she's like, "Doesn't matter if you're a queer OnlyFans person." They're like,
Okay.
Who Trump
invited you?
Yeah,
Trump is probably going to have some hilarious picks if he's in again. He's going to do something weird.
Yeah.
All right, last story of the day. Do you guys know I've ever heard of the term liver lips? And I apologize if this is offensive.
It's extremely offensive
because it is offensive.
Liver lips?
Why is it? Have you ever heard
who eats liver? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It sounds like an insult from back in the day, but I've never heard it.
It is an insult. So you might remember probably the most famous use of liver lips is from Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase gets into some road rage on the way to pick up the Christmas tree, and then he says this.
Red liver lips.
Okay, there you go.
Eat my road grit liver lips.
Now it's coming back to me.
So the people, the people in the truck were obviously, it was a worn down truck. There were two white guys that were rednecks. They were just, what you'd say is white trash, but you never know with Chevy. Liver lips. And according to a question posed on Quora and some other stuff I looked at, it was popularized in the vaudeville era. It was a derogatory description of someone taken from their facial features, especially in reference to an African American or a trumpeter, a trombonist. They also used it against Jews. I also looked up several examples of it being used in literature and other publications and found some very telling results as to what the real meaning behind liver lips is. Like this one from 1906. It says from the Washington Times, "Quit them liver lips, blank. Whoa. What you smacking them liver lips for like you was eating chicken." Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I thought it was for alcoholics.
1906, Washington.
Here's one for 1953 from the Bold Saboteurs. "The queerest joint in town, a gay bar where all the liver-lipped blank flocked." F word. Okay. So that's just an insult in general. Here's one from 1937.
It's just an insult. That's all
right.
it is.
Well,
it's blanket insult.
It's a blanket insult, but it's mainly for African Americans. From when I'm looking. This one is another one. I know that grass gut, liver lipped, and ain't done took and beat my baby already. So it's very wrong. It's
So is that accent?
yeah. Well, I'm trying to, the character.
Well, I say now.
Wes is trying to thread the needle here with the liver lip segment.
Well, I think Disney's full of shit, and you'll see why. So, it's basically you insult someone like Bubba from Forrest Gump. He probably that would be someone that, so if someone would insult him, they'd say, "Look at Bubba liver lips" or something. But
don't you remember when Foghorn Leghorn used to call everyone liver lips? Oh, well, hell now, hey now, liver lips.
But here's the point: nowhere did I find it in reference to a derogatory term of someone being an alcoholic. But that is what Disney is going with in their statement they released announcing the retirement of the famous band member of the Country Bear Jamboree, Liver Lips McGraw. Okay.
Oh, so it's a racist
McGraw?
thing. It's a racist thing, but they're trying to claim it's an alcoholic.
Yes. They're trying to get out of them having a racist character on their stage for 50 years.
That's classic Disney.
And move it to
this is Disney too. This is the Disney shuffle right here.
Yeah,
they're the masters of spin zoning anything into.
Let's take a look at Liver
Brown
Lips.
Bear singing to the Tar Baby and the sounds of the South.
Let's take a look at Liver Lips in action.
He's
actually pretty good. Here's Liver Lips in action at the Magic Kingdom. This is from 2003. Liver Lips Country Bear Jamboree.
McGraw.
And now, a heart-rending ditty by our old crown song, Liver Lips McGraw.
These are bears.
I got a woman, she's got me. Whatever we do, we both agree.
Okay, they made Liver Lips an alcoholic. That was their
things we like are the things we do.
Okay, you get it.
The lips
sounds
are
like a
a little
drunk white
bit
guy.
not berry.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah,
berry
here's the
about those
character, him running around, like entertaining the kids.
They
His
made
eyes
Liver
are
Lips
very droopy, like he's hammered, and he's got big lips. But I never saw anything where Liver Lips, and we know Disney's history as far as racial, stuff goes. I never saw any reference to it being for an alcoholic, but that's their statement. They're saying they're going to retire Liver Lips because they don't want to offend alcoholics. And
it's an alcoholic, Wes. How do you feel about that?
I'm more offended that they aren't just coming out and saying, "Look, this is a term that's against predominantly African Americans."
You're using alcoholics, as a scapegoat. Right. To not have to admit that it's a racist nickname.
Exactly.
It's easier to just say it's an alcoholic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're too drunk to care.
Yeah.
They
won't be the big stink for too long.
Yeah. So the blog also said that they're getting rid of them. It's part of a bigger trend in Disney to make a commitment to address and rectify outdated or culturally insensitive elements within its attractions, like a derogatory term against Black people and their lips, hence Liver Lips. So fuck you, Disney. We see you. We what you're trying to do here. Just say that you had a racist character on your stage for 50 years doing songs. Yeah. So. Yeah, but good news is they got the new.
Who created Liver Lips is what I want to know. I'd like to look into his past a little bit.
Walt Disney.
Then you'll
Walt
find your
Disney.
answer. Yeah,
100% Walt Disney.
Yeah,
that was a Walt Disney special. Now make him drunk too. That's what you need. He needs to be drunk on top. Come on,
the first sketch.
Make the lips bigger. Make him drunker.
Yeah.
Make the eyes more fucked up.
Yeah.
So
a little gayer.
Anyway, no more Liver Lips.
Oh.
They are coming out with a new bear who's going to replace Liver Lips and some other bears. A country singer songwriter, Mac McNally, he worked with Jimmy Buffett, is producing an all new arrangement. So don't worry, you'll have a new character. Yeah.
I'm just going to throw a couple more names out here. These are the only other possibilities, in my opinion. Marco Rubio, Todd Young, Ted Budd, Mark Wayne Mullen, as we said, Mike Lee.
I mean,
she would know Rubio.
Yeah,
let us know if she gets back to you.
Yeah. Let's take Rubio off. Rubio's out.
Everybody knows those ears. You can see him from a country mile.
Mike Lee likes to fish.
Yeah.
They all like to fish, though. Again, I mean, you have to say at least you like to fish in the Republican Party.
Yeah, if there was like a tender for Republican senators, that would be the first or second picture is fishing.
Everybody, a truck and a fish.
Yeah, a dog.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the show.
Not your wife.
No.
Yeah.
Not on the no.
A jar with a fart in it.
24, huh?
She's gonna get paid off a lot. Patreon.com/hardfactor for more. We love you. Have a great fucking day.